guys, it's me. Today I'm doing something slightly different, mainly because of the weather. It has been incredibly hard to record due to storms, tornadoes. So let me tell you, last night was the rave that nobody asked for due to lightning. So today I want to talk about mental health. I've been reading a lot of books. People who have or are still trying to find themselves. People who question what life is and the domestication of humankind. And you may be thinking, what? What? Hear me out. So, let's start from the beginning here. Love. So many people will say like, love you. Oh, love you, mean it. Which I hate that because the word love is just thrown. What people don't realize is words are incredibly powerful. They are. Whether you want to believe it or not, I used to think words are only as powerful as you let them be, and maybe to a certain degree there is some truth to that. It's complex, and again, I'm still on a spiritual kind of journey to find inner peace. I think I will be doing that forever. I think life is a journey. It's a constant journey of learning and changing and rebirth into a better version of yourself. Words are powerful because words can change things, have changed things. In the year 2023, where we're at right now, because of words, the world is ripping each other apart. A word can change a situation. A word can change someone's mind, for good or bad. That one word. I've had people come up to me and go, I like your hair. And it's made my day. That one little kind act, or someone at work or someone in your life is like trying to lose weight or maybe put a little bit more effort in than they did the day before. Just by going, wow, those are nice pants. Wow, your hair looks nice today. Acknowledgement that they tried, and instead of just not saying anything at all, say something. I'm not saying you should blow smoke up people's asses. What I'm saying is plant love seeds. In the book, The 4 Agreements, A Practical Guide to Personal Freedom, it's written by a man named Peter. I can't pronounce his last name, so I apologize. I will put the book here. My boss told me to read it, and I did. And even though it does touch on religion of I believe a Christian kind, ignoring that, if you're at religious, if you're atheist, if you're Buddhist, if you're Hindu, if you're pagan, whatever you believe in, for a moment just take that aspect out and listen to the words, and his words and what he's saying about planting love seeds into the world kind of reminds me of Jim Carrey. And a lot of people think Jim Carrey is completely mad and insane, but I think he's brilliant. I think he is a very brilliant man. Like, some of the people I adore is, and this could be very controversial, is Jim Carrey, Wim Hof, Russell Brand, Ricky Gervais, even though he's kind of mean. He does say mean things, but he does have truth too. So going back to planting love seeds. Planting words of love into the world. The best description of this goes back to, I think, last summer. I was on Instagram and I saw this beautiful girl, and she had literally my body goals. But the thing was is that she had cellulite, and I have cellulite. And I was like, oh god, gross. She's showing her cellulite on social media. I would never. Why is it gross? Why am I saying that? Well, if I break this down, I'm saying it because once upon a time someone said it to me. Okay, so someone said to me once when I was wearing shorts, it was actually someone I was in a relationship with. Used to be quite verbally abusive and gaslighting. Would tell me that I was gross and ugly, and if someone tells you that you're gross, you're ugly, you're fat, you're stupid, all these things, eventually you're gonna start believing it. Eventually it's gonna stick. Whether or not you are, as many years as just one, eventually it's gonna start playing with your mind. Even if you go, I don't care. The back of the mind cares. Your biggest enemy in this life is you. Your biggest enemy in the world is you. Your best friend and your ally is you, but it's also your worst enemy. Because no one will ever be as mean to you, no matter what, as you are to yourself. And you might disagree, or you might get angry, or as some people may say, it might trigger you. Why is it triggering you? Why is it upsetting you? Because it's true. Think about this for a second. How often do you look at yourself in the mirror and compliment yourself? I look good today. My hair looks nice. This outfit, I am amazing. I am great. I am strong. I am powerful. How many times do you do that? Do you do it at all? How many times do you look in the mirror in a day? When's the last time you complimented your spouse, your other half? The person that you're with, the person that you're supposed to love, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, people you work with, people you see on a daily basis. That's what I'm talking about. That is the love seed. The love seed is planting love, compassion, and that warm feeling into the world to try and make the world a better place. How do we make the world a better place? We stop with the toxicity and the gossip. Break down what I mean by gossip. Gossip, to me, is when you talk about something you don't actually know if it's true or not. I heard that. Did you hear what such and such a person said? That is gossip, that is toxic. Especially when it's mean. It's not nice. Did you see what such and such a person was wearing? I could never. So on. There are some people in this world who want to watch the world burn and you in it. Sometimes you do have to separate yourself from those people. You can kill it with kindness, but sometimes you just can't. Some people have to be miserable. Misery finds companions in misery. So say if you're at school, if you're at work, there's a group of people who just are nasty and they go out their way just to suck the happiness and the life out of you. I like to call that your personal golem. Lord of the Rings reference. If you feed it with anger and hate and you react to it, you're feeding the monster. You're making the monster bigger. But if you ignore it, you don't react to it, and you remember this one simple thing, and this blew my mind. I've read this in a few books, but this blew my mind. You can remember this one simple thing. It's not about you. That insult, that rage, that anger, it's not about you. A lot of people who reflect anger is exactly that. They're reflecting something. You know, a few people like this, but you've got to reflect it back. Don't let it bother you. Don't overthink. The moment you overthink it, the moment you consume that negativity, that's the word, is the moment they've won, and it's the moment it eats away at you.
So someone comes up to you and says, your work is stupid, your work is crap, you're ugly, I think you're dumb.
And and they're mean. They're generally mean. Like they have no intentions of helping you. They just nitpick at everything you do. They watch you and say nasty things about you behind your back. I mean, they need to go out of their way to destroy you. Meanwhile, most of the time, they're trying to become you. And I talk from personal experience. If people used social media to spread love and awareness for the planet, and got rid of the ego that consumes the human race, it would be completely different. Now, going back onto what I spoke about originally, the domestication of the human race. What I mean by that, and again it's in that book that I mentioned, and if you look on any kind of podcasts and shows, I think even Joe Rogan brings it up as well, and there's a few others, Jocko, a couple of others. And again, these are all controversial people because all kinds of different reasons. A lot of it is politics, which honestly I don't care for politics. I just don't. From a young age, you are told, this is mum, this is dad. Okay. Then you're told, this is blue, this is green. This is right, this is wrong. So on. But have you ever noticed young children when they pretend to play as an adult? What is the first thing you do? They go from being happy and goofy and silly, and they don't care. They don't care that they're playing in a field and acting kind of goofy and silly. They just are. They're happy. They're free. Their mind is free. And then they pretend to be adults, and what they do, they put on a suit and tie and they act stressed and worried, and their face goes straight, and they're adults now, so they've got to be, just miserable. Why is that? It's because we're told we have to be adult, and from a young age, what is adult? It's being stressed, it's being worried, and it's just go, go, go. The mind becomes no longer free. When's the last time you danced? Just listen to a good song. You don't have to be in public. Just in your house, just danced or sing. When's the last time you did something you did as a child? Something you enjoyed, whether it was just lying in a field looking up at the clouds, looking at all the different shapes, draw, colour. Even something as silly as, I don't know, play a video game, which yes, a lot of people are gamers and game. Like ride a bike. Just carefree stuff. I feel and I think, and hear me out, that we are this way because we're told you have to be adult now. You have to stop being silly and stop this childlike mind and see the world differently. Why? Why do we remove the creative free part of our mind just to become an adult? If you sat there and put young you in front of you and looked them in the eyes, what would you say? I think one of the problems as well is that we're told to care what people think, what is correct for society's standards. I'm not saying you should go out and, try and be different. I mean, just be you. But so many people don't know what that is. And so many people are so desperate to put labels onto things. I am this, I am that. Just so many labels, so many names. It's insane. Why? Why labels? Why names? Why not just you? I'm Emma. That's that. It's not complicated. Well, what is Emma? Why does it have to be anything? Why? My goal on my journey is to be free in my mind. And I want to help other people free their mind from things that have been put into their heads for so long. And it's not anyone's fault. It's not your fault, not the people who raised you, it's not their fault. Say if you did come from a bad background and you feel like you were done wrong by your family or your partner or whatever, you can say, well, they didn't know any better, but a lot of the time they don't know any better. And they don't know what they're doing, they don't understand, and you can take someone to water, but you can't force them to drink. And that's where separating yourself is the last resort, but it is an option. One of my other favourite books that I absolutely adore is Wisdom of the Shire. And it talks about Tolkien and his ideology on life. And one of the best things, I ride it everywhere, I want it tattooed on me, is there's 3 major groups to make life for him and for me. This is personal now, but it's a good hobbit home, good food, and good company. That is a good start. If you're miserable, if you're depressed, if you don't feel like you have any love, or you feel like you've lost yourself, your soul, your mind, your creativity, foggy brained, start there. What makes a house a home? Ask yourself that. Does a house mean a home? Because I've lived in houses that have not been my home. And I've been to homes somewhere that I think is a home that has not been my house. Think about that for a second. Look around where you're at right now. Is that a home or is it a house? Another my favourite subject, everyone who knows me knows that I love food. Not fast food, I don't eat takeout, I don't eat fast food. If I do, it's every 3 months and I deeply regret it and become very sick. It's good food. Good home cooked food. And you can say, oh, I don't have time, it's effort, can't be bothered. But until you've had that fresh made bread, that homemade butter, that homemade cake, pie, roast dinner, just made from scratch food, it warms you up inside. It makes you feel just happy, especially if it's a dish that you grew up on, that your nan made or your mum or your dad made. It warms you up, it brings soul back to the heart. And the last one, good company. And that could be anything. For example, and I'm gonna sound completely banana balls crazy, yes, I'm in a relationship with someone who I believe and do think is my soulmate, and I love him to death. I couldn't imagine myself being with anybody else. That is my good company. My snakes, Ragnar and Aduna, I'm connected to them in a very strange way I can't explain. That's some more good company. When I have anxiety, because it happens, despite the fact I go out my way to try not to get stressed and have anxiety, it happens. I'm human. We're human. You're always going to have the emotions of anger, stress, and anxiety, but there's ways to cut it down. My snakes cut that down for me, because when I get them out and I'm handling them, it's that rhythm, river, it's just flow. And it's like meditation. Snake meditation. If you like snakes, snake meditation. But also, I enjoy talking to trees, and I say on my old videos, talk a tree, you might like it. I mean it. I lie on ginormous rocks and I listen to the vibrations, I talk to trees, I talk to plants. And that might be a hippie cliche, but your animals, the plants, I've talked to bees, I've talked to animals, trees, and sometimes that is the good company. It doesn't have to be a person. It could be an animal, it could be a tree, it could be a favourite spot, it could be your ancestors. If you're spiritual, if you believe in ghosts and spirits, still good company. It sounds insane, I know it sounds insane, but this is where the open mind part of things come from. Some people say God, I say ancestors. Some people say nothing at all. Open your mind. Open your mind to everything, from every perspective, as long as it comes from the heart and it's love. Plant trees and love seeds. Free your mind, free your soul, open your heart, and get outside more. Remember, whatever you're going through, whatever's on your mind, it will pass. The stress will pass. The anxiety will pass. And you can get through it. It's gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay. It's spring. The earth is opening back up again. Mother Nature is waking up. Summer is on its way. It's gonna be really hot in Tennessee. Leave a like and subscribe down below. I'm curious to hear your opinions and your thoughts, and if anyone knows any more good books, have a beautiful day.